Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Jaleesa. This is Jaleesa Reads, the space for Black books, real life, and everything in between. And since we are officially in the summer season, right, I felt like this would be a great time to give you some book recs, okay? Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter once said, I feel like falling in love. I'm in the mood to fuck something up. And like summer, I don't know, summer just feels like that time. And that could just be me. I don't know. Nonetheless, I have 11 Black romance book recommendations about people falling in love over the summer. So let's get to it. First things first, Hooked on Your Love by Shameka Erby. If you are looking for Black fat women getting loved on properly, getting put through the mattress on a constant basis, you need to be over in Shameka's catalog. Like, I don't know why you're not already over there, but go over there. Anyways, Hooked on Your Love is about Natasha and Noah. Natasha is the general manager of her family's hotel company, and she is headed to Rhode Island for a couple weeks to oversee like the final construction on a new property. She's like, best friends, come with me. We're going to have us a good time. And then she runs into Noah, who happens to be one of their new contractors. And Noah is like arrogant, but like the kind of arrogant that makes you want to like hold his hand and like roll your eyes a little bit. That is what Noah gave to me. And Natasha did not want to like this man, but she did. And I understood why. So much good. So much. I love this one. The whole series, but definitely start here. Next up, I'm no stranger to Kennedy Ryan. She knows me. That's still crazy to me. Nonetheless, I read the close-up when it came out like originally, but I couldn't really remember it. And so when they did the re-release, of course I had to grab it because look at this gorgeous ass cover. But also I had also grabbed the audiobook. So I recently reread it. I had a good time. I had a great time. This is a mashup between the Hoop series and the Hollywood Renaissance series. This is about Nas and Takira. Nas is a basketball player, the connection to hoops. And then Takira is a makeup artist and hairstylist in Hollywood. She is working on the Desi Blue film. Y'all might also know her as like Neva's homegirl, Ride or Die. Nas and Takira knew each other from high school because Nas used to play basketball with Takira's brother. They were rivals, enemies in her brother's mind. Nas ain't really feel like that. Anyways, big things went down. It's been some years. They run into each other at like a fashion show. Maybe it was a charity event. It was a charity event. It was Iris's, wasn't it Iris's fashion show? Maybe I don't be remembering stuff that good. Nonetheless, they ran into each other again. And Nas is like, hey, we ain't really get to do what I wanted to do the last time because we got so much shit had happened. I want a second chance. And Takira is like, I don't think that's gonna work for me. Nonetheless, Takira ends up on the luxury yacht with Nas, all the basketball people, for 2 weeks as they sail the Mediterranean. And when I tell y'all my girl had a good time, my girl enjoyed herself. This is the stuff dreams are made of. Big sandals. Hello. Make him an NFL player. You know what I like. What happens when you end up on a cruise? Okay, first of all, this is Silver Lining by Chassilyn. What happens when you end up on a cruise, a singles cruise with your best friend after that man done pissed you off for the final time, and you run into your old college professor that you kind of had a crush on, and he also is attracted to you? Age gap, so good. This was just a very good time. Silver Lining by Chassilyn. Because if you gotta go to Tulum for a week to be the maid of honor in your sister's wedding to your ex-boyfriend, the least you can do is get some dick. Okay? First of all, Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. Have y'all met Janelle in Rome? It is a tale. It is a time. Rome is absolutely still like one of my top book boyfriends of every time, because if you're gonna have to go suffer through that week, you might as well get the best dick of your life. And if it happens to be from the best man who also happens to be your ex-boyfriend's best friend, it just is what it is. Frankly, do what you gotta do. Be happy, sister. Go read Only for the Week if you haven't already. And you know what? Even if you have read Only for the Week, reread it. Just reread it. If you have not read a Shon book, I don't know why, but Right Side of Paradise, yeah, it's everything. So first of all, let me say this. There is this is a childhood friends to lovers and ex-step sibling. Why choose romance? It say why choose on the front? I don't know if it says why choose on the front, but I will, advise you to look at the tropes and the tags because you're gonna get a little bit of everything. Okay, the swords are crossing. Everybody is touching everybody, and it's a good ass time. All right, because what do you mean? You've been traveling all this time, so you finally go home for the summer to see your three childhood best friends who happen to be best friends with each other, one of which being your ex stepbrother, and you have a bucket list. And basically, your bucket list is you finna set that cat out. I mean, that's really kind of what it boils down to. And they're like, yeah, so we'll help you cross all those things off your bucket list, but you got to date us for real. Me personally, I consider it. I do it. But that's just me. First of all, can we just get into the gorgeousness of that cover? Ugh. Chasing Summer by D Rose. I feel like I don't see a lot of people talking about this, but this is about Ali and Soleil. Is it Soleil or Soleil? One of them. Okay. Anyways, Ali is very focused. He got some stuff going on with his family. That it's not like bad stuff, but like it's stuff with his like family business, right? And you have Soleil. She is getting out of a situationship. She's really like, oh, I'm on a journey to self-discovery. She creates a bucket list, and then she meets this man randomly. They met at a concert, didn't they? I feel like they met at a concert. I'm almost certain they did. Yeah, I think they met at whatever. They met outside at a function. We'll go there. They met outside at a function. They spent some time together. There's something there, and they decide to explore it, and it turns into so much more. And like, if you've never read a D Rose book, like D Rose really do make you want to go fall in love with somebody. I was definitely inspired after this one. Chasing Summer. You should pick that up. Out of Office by A.H. Cunningham. Because, yeah, let me go to Panama. What's her name? Genevieve. Right. Genevieve goes to Panama to oversee like the grand opening of her company's latest property. And she has this driver, Adrian, and they've been having good conversations with each other. Like there's something there, but of course she's just there on vacation. She ends her job and decides to just stay for a little while longer, and she ends up staying with Adrian at his family's, like they run like a little bed and breakfast inn situation. It was just, this was it was sweeter than the other books. I will say most of the books that I've recommended so far, they have a good, healthy amount of spice. This was much sweeter, still very good, very slower paced. But what I love most about Out of Office is like, I really enjoyed the connection. Jen did stress me out a little bit. She is very much, trying to live her life for other people. But seeing that kind of unravel the more and the deeper she gets in with Adrian, I think that was what was most enjoyable about this one. So Out of Office by A.H. Cunningham, pick it up. One of my favorite book covers ever, like Aubrey Penn, like it's just so pretty. And I have a shout out to the Bibliophile Boutique for spraying my edges. This book sits this way out, but maybe for the summer. If you've never been in an Aubrey Penn book, I don't know why, but go take your ass over there, because where else are you going to have somebody who got fired from her dream job go home while trying not to succumb to family pressure, meet a rapper who has a temper, is a little bit out of control, and they end up working together, and then they end up falling in love. Maybe for the summer is so good. Highly recommend the audiobook. I love Jay Lucci. I do. If not, this is not Jay Lucci. Oh God, not that I done said this nigga name wrong. What is it? Yes, it is. It is Jay Lucci. I knew I was right. Oh, it's gonna be a long day. Okay, the next series, you probably have heard of it, but it is it's all 3 books of the Curve series by Danielle Allen. Okay, so first we have Curvy Girl Summer. This is about Aaliyah and Ahmad. Aaliyah is fat, and after she has an evening with an ex, she's like, hey, I'm kind of over this shit. I really want to settle down. I really want to be in a relationship. I'm over dating and situationships. So she sets a goal. She's about to turn 30. She's like, by my 30th birthday, I want to find someone. So this is following her as she is going on her dating journey, which leads her into a bar, and the bartender's name is Ahmad, and they got a thing. The banter between these two was so good. You also have Aaliyah's family back there, and I just want to mention them because fat phobia is very present in this book from her family. And I know that there were a lot of, I'm a fat woman, okay? I know there were a lot of girls who like did not finish this book because the fat phobia got to them, and I get that. I'm not trying to convince anybody to like pick it back up or give it another shot. If it wasn't for you, it wasn't for you. And that's your right. What I will say is what stood out to me more about this book and the way Danielle wrote Aaliyah was how she handled the fat phobia. I think that that's worth being mentioned. Anyways, this was book one. All three of these books, the timelines are running concurrently. So I really highly suggest reading them in the order that I'm telling you to read them, which is 1, 2, and 3. 2. Nina and Big Daddy Russ. Okay, Nina is an influencer. She is a model. She is playing the field. Okay, my girl has a roster. Okay, and every person on her roster has a purpose. But Russ is a wild card because what ends up happening is she ends up liking Russ a little bit more than everybody else. Okay, and Russ likes Nina from the beginning, but he's always on the road, with his job and his company. And so he is looking for something casual, but then shit changes. Okay, Nina is my kind of bitch. I loved everything about this story, but I think what I love most, I love when a girl who is not trying to fall in love, I love when she get caught off guard and like fall deep into it. Okay, love it. Okay, and then book 3, which just came out a couple months ago, Big Girl Blitz. This is about Jazz and Lamar. This is heavier. There's grief in this book. Jazz is a much more complicated character compared to Aaliyah and Nina. I really appreciated her journey. She frustrated me. She pissed me off. There were points in this book where I wanted to shake her. But she and Lamar, they just felt good to read. I have like a full review on this book, but Lamar's a football player. They meet at a bar. Jazz is a football girly like myself, and she is having like a conversation. And he's like, oh, you really know what you're talking about? And she's like, yeah, I do. And so that kind of kicks off this friendship that don't really need to be a friendship, but maybe it did need to be a friendship. I don't know. I just think that if you have not read Big Girl Blitz yet, you should pick it up. And give Jazz grace, because remember what she's dealing with, why she had to go home. But yeah, those are 11 books about Black people falling in love in the summer. I would like to know, what's your favorite book about Black people falling in love in the summer? Leave it in the comments. Thanks so much for giving me some of your day today. I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Hey, I'm back. Bonus book. Group Trip by Aria Days. Again, if you are someone, this is an erotica, okay? I don't know if, it's definitely an erotica. This gotta be an erotica. This is an erotica. The content warnings, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, but when I say, like, again, no, all shade. If you're one of those people and, swords crossed and things back there get you all screaming, oh, that's too grown for me, stay away from that. Stay away from this book. But if you like to have a good time with fictional people, Group Trip by Aria Days. Pick it up. You've been warned. Read the content warnings. I'm telling you that for a reason. Read the content warnings. Okay, bye for real.